Hey, Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to your angel readings for the month of February 2025. Beautiful souls, whether you are watching for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or astrologically, you know that you have any number of planets in a particular sign, the reading for that zodiac sign will be right for you. I am putting this energy overview right at the start of each of the all zodiac sign readings. But if you want to click straight through to the angel reading and you don't want to listen to the energy update for the month, please do click through straight to the readings. I'm reading this because this is a really, really good description of what to expect in February, and we're going to build on this. So we'll look at the cards and the runes that were drawn for February. This is a diary that I create, the Manifests with the Moon diary. I'm just going to give you the overview because for those of you that don't have the diary, I think this might be really helpful to you. So let me read to you about February. We'll check in with these cards and then we will move straight to the angel reading for your sign. So, beautiful souls, February 2025, choices and decisions, the transformation begins. This is a seriously powerful month, truly. February begins with the Earth festivals of Imbolc in the Northern Hemisphere and Lammas in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, both of these are festivals of fertility and promise. So, whatever took place during the more intense periods of January, and we have had some pretty intense moments in January, the start of this month brings just the right energetic to get clear about your own personal goals for the year ahead and to begin to sow the seeds needed to manifest your goals in real terms. Although this month begins with a fairly even flow of energy, a greater intensity then builds, and it really does. So if you find yourself being pulled in more than one direction as we move through February, or you're uncertain as to where to place your focus, then put down an anchor, steady yourself, and become an observer of your own experience. The higher purpose of the overall dynamics this month are to reveal all you need to see to bring greater clarity to your overall goals and your purpose for the coming year. Now, our first card of Empower Yourself is an invitation to step up and take full ownership of your personal choices. It sits with Sewello, the rune of wholeness, which suggests that there will be a very clear pathway ahead that honours your personal choices whilst also honouring the collective. I mean, this really embodies, I'm digressing from what I have written here in the diary, but this really embodies the energy of the raising of the consciousness of humanity at large. And we are really full on this year into that process. It's big, it's powerful, it's happening. There's actually only one way, and that one way is forwards and upwards. But it doesn't mean that there isn't resistance. It doesn't mean that we're not going to see challenges in being able to bring this forth. So self-responsibility really sits right at the heart of this. Empower Yourself is all about self-responsibility. And this card says empowerment does not mean we have power over others. It means we have power over ourselves. We honour our capacity for free will and conscious choice whilst honouring the same in others. So it's really about knowing what you can do and recognising what you can't do, but taking ownership of your own sovereignty, your own agency. Sewello often indicates that there really is only one way to go. You're being guided in a particular direction. So this is a really powerful month. Now, where did I get to? Yes, here we are. Validated. Right, this theme, here we go. This theme flows through the entire month and is validated further by our second card of choices and decisions, aligning with Fehu, the rune of possessions and nourishment, indicating that the time is right to nourish possibilities and commit to the future that you desire, the future you want to create. However, this card also validates that choices are not set in stone. Sometimes we need to test the waters before making a firm commitment, and we can always make adjustments and course correct based on our ongoing learning. So really interesting energy here. Fehu is also known as a rune that carries the energy of ambitions that are fulfilled. So there is real possibility here. And I think as the energy kind of, let's say, it heats up, it intensifies as we move to the end of February, I think there are going to be significant options and choices for us all, either in terms of our own immediate circumstances, but also in terms of how we respond to external circumstances. So there's a real internal empowerment taking place, alongside responding to external events that are there with the higher purpose of triggering internal choices that empower you and lead you forwards to that space of living in higher vibration, living in light. I'm very, very, very interested to see how these readings pan out, actually, really, truly. Be very fascinating for each of the zodiac signs. Now, this moon concludes with a stunning new moon in Pisces that brings a distinctly karmic energy with it. There's a really karmic energetic to this moon. So approach this month with an attitude of healthy flexibility and trust that whatever takes place in the uniqueness of your own personal circumstances, whatever shows up, it's bringing you valuable information. I think we have a month where we can really sow seeds, we can actually get on track, but we've kind of got to trust that whatever we're being shown, it's guiding us in the direction that's needed for us to do that, to get on track. However, on track may mean some adjustments have to be made. Those adjustments may purely be internal ones. They may be blocks within you that stop you from progressing along the pathway that you are already on. But they could also be external blocks that are kind of like a testing of your endurance, your perseverance, your capacity to hold your vision, which also connects to internal processes, your own mindset. There could also be external circumstances that are actually guiding you to course correct, to perhaps make some really significant choices and decisions, either big or small, that kind of tweak the course of your world. Every day we make decisions all day long, but we don't necessarily do so consciously. You might decide to have a cup of tea, or, turn right instead of left when you leave your home or your house to walk somewhere, take a different route. And en route, something else might show up for you that presents you with a piece of information that causes you to think, or to see something differently, or to have an idea about something. And although that principle occurs all of the time, what I feel is, I'm really hearing, it's actually channeling through right now, I'm really hearing these messages loud and clear, is that this is a month when being aware of that will be really, really valuable. The more your awareness is heightened to respond to whatever is shown to you, the more you are going to move fluently through the month and be assisted. It's like guidance is arriving. And I think the more intense the energy, the more kind of poignant, I think that's the right word, poignant, the more on point the guidance will be. So this is going to be a really interesting month with possibly relatively steady progress or small steps to start with. But I do think we'll see an intensity. And I think handling that intensity as we navigate through is all about literally conscious living, day by day, being conscious of your own sovereignty, conscious of your own agency. Whatever's happening, if something happens and it's out of your control, presses your buttons, well, they're your buttons. What are you going to do? Get still, put down an anchor. Take your time, think about what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. What are your choices? Do you choose to respond? Do you choose not to respond? Do you choose to take your time? Do you want to say something? Or if that's feeling a bit not okay, or a bit angsty, or you're just uncertain, or you're wobbling, take your time, step away, meditate, see what becomes clear to you. Try not to be pushed into anything or to react too quickly. Very distinct energy coming in to this month of February. Beautiful souls, thank you if you have listened through to the end of this part of this video. Thank you all so much for being here. don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you receive notifications of anything that I post, whether it is, an energy update connected to the moon. I'll be doing a moon month overview as well, literally showing you the energy of the moon all the way through the month, and of course, always lots of readings that I post ongoing all of the time. So if you want to make sure you never miss a reading or anything that shows up here, do please subscribe, press the little bell icon. Thank you all of you who have, and thank you for all the things you do that truly, truly do support the channel. I am very, very honoured to be reading for you and connecting with you all. And thank you to all of you who actually bought the diary, and thank you for the feedback, that it is really, really valuable to you. I'm truly honoured, and I hope this will be a tool that will really, really help you to navigate this extraordinary year of profound transformation. Let's move to your angel reading for the month of February for your zodiac sign. Lovely Libra, welcome beautiful souls, welcome to your February readings. We're asking Archangel Michael initially for some advice and guidance for you, what's happening. Now this is interesting, trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come, know that you are on a path of growth. Okay, I feel like I am actually seeing this card for you. We have, you are protected. Oh, this is beautiful. You are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. Okay, lovely Libras, what is this about for your month of February? Trust in divine purpose. Gosh, this experience has divine meaning. And you can proceed. So there is something you are embarking on, moving forwards in this month of February. I believe you know what this is already. There's something that is already around you. And it hasn't run entirely smoothly, is what I want to say. The process has not been easy. You've experienced some bumps in the road. For some of you, it may even have felt like blockages, and you may even have questioned whether it was right for you. That is what is coming through for you. That's what I'm channeling through right now. Let us see what else we are shown. Let's draw more cards for you from the Archangel Power Tarot. All of the cards I use are in the description below if you're interested in any of them, my beautiful souls. I'm seeing this one and also that one too. And interestingly, that one is showing up too. And I'm seeing both this and this. Wow, lots of cards coming through for you, my beautiful Libras. Let's see what we have. What are we shown for my lovely Libras? So, oh, this feels, I almost took a breath then. It was like, almost like a relief. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. This card can also indicate not seeing things clearly. But with these cards already, how interesting that Archangel Michael is coming through yet again for you. Okay. Something that hasn't run smoothly is about to proceed. I think you have to be the initiator of it, though. I think you do have to be an active participant. It's not one of those scenarios where somehow everything just, plonks into place and you can sit back and it lands with you. I think you do have to take action. You can proceed. I think you have to make a choice to proceed. You may be having a bit of a wobble, around this, perhaps because it has had a few bumps. There's been a few bumps in the road. Knight of Ariel, look at this. This is lovely. There is so much more so much to accomplish. How interesting, I said so much more to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. This is the Knight of Ariel, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny. And then you have the Magician, right? Let's just look at your first three cards, my beautiful Libras. Okay, you can proceed with confidence. You absolutely can. This is like an affirmation. Whatever the bumps in the road, there was divine timing. There was a purpose to something, or a higher purpose. Now, this feels like a sort of, okay, so that's sorted now. Let's get to it. You now need to make a courageous choice to move this forwards. The timing wasn't right before. There was a higher purpose. There were things that needed to be put into place. I'm kind of hearing as well, channeling through the butterfly effect. You know that I'm sure you are familiar with that language. You know, the butterfly effect, when, you know, a butterfly flutters its wings, I don't know, here in the UK, and then some major event takes place on the other side of the world in, I don't know, Tasmania or New Zealand or something, or wherever. And it's that ripple. There has been a much bigger picture to this. Now, you won't be aware of that, nor do you need to be, we could ask, but I'm not sure it serves a purpose. The point that's coming through here is that for the month of February, or what we're shown so far, is that it's now time to proceed. It is now time to get going. Now, bearing in mind the energy update at the start of this reading, if you have watched it, you'll know that we start off slightly, steadily, and then it kind of builds up, it intensifies. Let's see what else we're shown here. Okay. Page of Michael, truthful, perceptive, analytical, blunt, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts and documents very thoroughly. And new beginnings, oh my goodness me. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Now, this is very interesting. We then have 2 of Gabriel. We've got 2 of Michael as well. We'll look at these cards in a moment, but let's just place our 2 of Gabriel here. Put our other cards to one side. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. I think, my lovely Libras, that the energy is really primed for you to move something forwards that previously didn't feel like it was moving. Now, whatever that is for you, and I do think you know it, I don't think this is something that's brand new. However, new beginnings are coming. You're being asked to dream big. I mean, Fehu, the rune of possessions, nourishment. It's also the rune of ambitions fulfilled. I feel this is a month when you need to really, really nurture this pathway forwards. Something that you've wanted, something that hasn't worked before, or it wasn't exactly that it didn't work, it just somehow it never quite followed through. Like, that's the energy of it. Now the energy is primed. And I rather think with the energy of February overall, which is coming in and affecting all of us, I think you're going to see something that steadily builds and steadily grows. And because we have this card here, 2 of Gabriel, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. You can manifest the life you want. So much to accomplish. Make a detailed plan. New beginnings here. I actually think, exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Everything here is saying, get started, get going. And I think what we're going to see is significant growth and progress. Whatever this is for you, I do think in the month of February, you're going to see the results. You're going to see the rewards. You're going to see real stuff happening, my lovely Libras. So this is a real get to it and go for it kind of month. There is something, I think, well, clearly it will be specific to you. We are all unique beings on our own pathways. But I do think you will know what this is. Now, let's look at our other cards. Okay, 2 of Michael. It will be better if you just make a decision. Over analysing a problem, find a compromise. That's fascinating. In light of the overall energy and the possibility around you. We then have 5 of Gabriel. See, I think this is connected to a realistic review of the past. A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. 5 of Gabriel is a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. And then congratulations. This is the card of success. Wonderful. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships and promotions. Now, what this is suggesting to me is that as you move through February, because this is really giving you the thumbs up, it's saying, go for it, Libra, get going, crack on with it, don't be held back. The timing is now right. There was a bigger picture, there was something else in play that previously stopped you from progressing on a particular pathway. For some of you, it could be more than one pathway, but either way, one area of your life. Either way, something has been sort of energetically stopping that. It is now time to move forwards. Now, it doesn't mean this is going to be absolutely plain sailing. We've got two cards that are suggesting the potential for a challenge, and I'm going to draw more cards and ask about this. I will be doing extended readings today. As always, each month I do. They are on Patreon and in the YouTube membership area. But Beautiful Souls will follow through in your reading, in this part of the reading, to find out more about this for you. We'll do a seriously big in-depth dive and get as much information about absolutely everything for you for the month of February in the extendeds. But you are, this is suggesting some kind of a challenge that you can resolve. It also says an exciting new challenge. So it doesn't feel for me as if it's got the same flavour as the previous hiccups and bumps in the road. If anything, it's more that you can now get started, and it's now what I would call the real deal of challenges, rather than a hiccup or a block or a problem where there is a higher purpose and something is being slowed down with reason. This now feels for me as if it's like the pieces can fall into place. But there will be some things that you need to actually attend to. So it's not like it just flows, but it's not blocked either. It's more that it's kind of like, if let's say you're climbing a mountain, metaphorically, if we use that metaphor. If you're climbing a mountain and, you can see the pathway ahead and you know the route that you want to take, and then you get a certain way up. Let's say you get past base camp or something like that, and then there is you realize that in the previous avalanche that there's been a rock fall, so you've got to find a new path around. The existing path is still there, it's just that there's something else you have to attend to, or maybe you have to clear that path in order to move forwards. But it's not a block that's saying there's a bigger picture, this is not a mountain for you to climb. It's simply saying that there are some things you will need to do along the way. Even maybe learning some new skills, perhaps, in order to navigate this. But let us ask about this particular challenge. It also suggests that it's maybe a challenge. Perhaps one thing. I mean, I don't know, there may be more, but okay, 4 of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. Okay, when you give, you also receive. I think this is, resistance to change. I wonder if as you are proceeding, in whatever it is you are proceeding in, and it is, you have got the green light here. Now, remember, empower yourself. We also have this energy of self-responsibility and empower yourself. Pay attention to contracts and documents. Review them very thoroughly. A compassionate and, forgiving review of the past. I wonder if as you move forwards, because something is expanding, and particularly as the energy of February progresses and it gets a bit more intense, things could happen quite fast. Now, as that is taking place, I am wondering if there's almost a bit of you that has a wobble and you're sort of feeling like, gosh, this is taking off, I can't cope with it, or, there's too much to do, I'll never achieve it, or because there's a lot to achieve. You need to be very practical and pragmatic, actually. And there is guidance in your reading, Libra, to say be practical, be pragmatic, take a very real and sort of almost like sensible and grounded approach. Timetable your time, write lists, prioritize, do what you need to do, be systematic. I feel it's a full month for you. There's going to be quite a lot to do, because if it's go, 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 there's quite a lot to do. If along the way you have a wobble, do please check in on some other readings. The main Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel, there are all sorts of pick a card readings. I post pick a card readings 3 times a week always, and lots of Archangel Michael readings as well, small Archangel Michael readings, angel readings generally, so you can touch base if you need some real additional advice and to get grounded at any time. Now, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, I do feel there could be some quite big choices and decisions to make along the way as things unfold for you. And while this is happening, I think there could be a sort of a wobble on your part. It doesn't feel as though this is so much about external challenges, more internal ones. So it's not what you're needing to do, it's how you respond to what you're needing to do. And remember, empowerment does not mean we have power over others. It means we have power over ourselves. We honour our capacity for free will and conscious choice. And this card is all about choices and decisions. Okay, I see this one and also this one. Let's put those over there. What do we have here? 7 of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence, yes. And then we have the World. A very happy ending, coming full circle. Yeah. So I think that whatever it is you are setting out to achieve in the month of February, and you will know what this is, I believe, my lovely Libras, you will achieve it. I think you'll get to that end goal. Even if it's a stage of completion, I think you'll get to the end goal. You will need to make some choices and decisions along the way, because that's how it is, isn't it? If we set the ball rolling, then there are things we have to attend to. I think there could be a little bit of overwhelm for you in terms of, gosh, there's so much to do. I mean, this reminds me of kind of what it's like when you move house. It's kind of, it's a crazy busy time. Moving house isn't just about reviewing the contracts and signing the contracts. Once you've signed the contract and that's it, you're going to move, there's a process to go through, and there is so much to attend to. There's a ton of stuff, and it's got this flavour where you could suddenly feel, gosh, how am I going to do it all? Just be very pragmatic, very practical, very grounded. Don't worry about it. It really is just a question of putting the pieces together. Taking the steps that you need to take, because you're moving into a new chapter of your world, in some aspect of your world. That's a better way of saying it. Some aspect of your world is moving into the next stage, the next chapter. And it is a busy time of transformation. There will be a lot to do, and there will be perhaps a challenge. I think the biggest challenge is more, even when we really, really want something to happen, when it really starts to happen, it's like, whoa, how do I kind of put the brakes on? You don't need to put the brakes on. You just simply need to remain grounded, attend to the details every step of the way. And it looks as though February will be unbelievably rewarding for you, because you will get to the end goal. It doesn't mean that it's going to be kind of like a doddle, or you can just relax and chill and it'll just happen. I kind of get the opposite of the energy in that way. It feels like you're going to work very hard and have to do a lot to make this, for this to be possible. It's almost like you keeping up with the series of events. No sooner do you ping out an email in response, another one comes back, and it's like, oh, I've got to do that as well. But you can do this. Drop into stillness, my lovely Libras. If have stillness breaks with yourself throughout the day. Drop into stillness, be present, to yourself, open yourself to guidance, check in with readings if you need extra guidance. Whatever you do, just drop into stillness, be available to tune into whatever you need to tune into, and the way will be shown. You are protected. You can proceed with confidence. Let's go right back to Archangel Michael's messages. Trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. So whatever's taken place, you are processing and working your way through this, and you can proceed with confidence. Lovely Libras, I am going to move forwards. And I am going to do that extended reading, and I'm going to do a serious deep dive, and I'm going to ask for as much information as possible around this. What's the healing about? How does it happen? How is this moving forwards? Anything you need to know about the details of either contracts, anything you need to know about how to proceed with something. You know, what are the different steps? I'm just going to try and get as much information as is humanly possible. I will check in on relationships as well, in case this is for some of you to do with moving forwards into a new relationship with confidence. Beautiful souls, you're welcome to join me. And yeah, the links are below to join the Moon Magic membership area, where you get all the zodiac sign readings for all signs, or indeed on Patreon. My wonderful souls, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me for this reading. Tons of love. Thank you for liking and sharing and for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, ever, ever miss a reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. And yeah, tons of love, Libra. I look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon, either the extendeds or, you know, a pick a card reading in the week. Tons of love.